Here's your daily reminder that the Democrat Party and woke corporations think black people and brown people are too stupid or too helpless to have a photo ID to vote. Hello once again, all my fellow patriots and you filthy leftist stalkers out there. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Angela Box. You're watching Angela's Soapbox, where I always say what you were thinking. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button, liking or rumbling this video, commenting on this video, and of course, sharing this video, especially with your filthy leftist friends, because they truly hate my guts, and for me, that's a badge of honor. Okay. Y'all, I'm not really dedicating the straw to the patriarchy, but kind of I am, because without the patriarchy, we may very well have a Senator Kneepads presidency. So I gotta give it to all the men out there who are just like, I'm not doing it. And it's because she's a black woman. Duh. All right, let's talk about it. All right, so I always have this daydream. Those of you know, I used to be an actress, and I'm like, if I ever win an Oscar, okay, I'm gonna get up there on the stage and I'm gonna say, I'd like to thank the patriarchy, because without the patriarchy, I would not be here, which is 100% true. And I think that, the difference between conservative women and leftist women is that we don't really have a problem with the different roles that men and women play in our society. And I, as someone who is a cisgendered female, I really appreciate the men in my life. And I appreciate the things that, white males have brought to the world, like, running water and electricity and cars and stuff like that. But men in general, I think, get such a bad rap in our society, and this idea that everything that men do is considered bad or considered, oppressive to women, I think is really, really stupid. And so the fact that Kamala Harris, Senator Kneepads, polling is now just collapsing. And we're seeing in October now, the joy is wearing off, all right? The joy, the vibes are wearing off. Kamala Harris is an idiot. I think Kamala Harris has been a real dummy for a very long time. And she's dined out on her looks and her ability to, fluff certain Democrat men to raise to the position she is. Because again, when she's off prompter, when she's sitting down and doing even friendly interviews, she sounds like an idiot, okay? So they've been in a real pickle here, because Kamala's had to do interviews in the last few weeks, even though she doesn't want to. She just wants to dine out on vibes and whatever. But she's got to do interviews. But even the friendly interviews now, she's been exposed as just being stupid, word salady, whatever. Even though 60 Minutes is trying to make her not look stupid, even though Telemundo is trying to make her Univision gave her a teleprompter during her town hall speech, and they're trying to pretend that she didn't have a teleprompter and that was supposedly the host's teleprompter. It's like, okay, no, she had a teleprompter anyway, and they tried to hide it. But anyway, here's the point, is that joy and vibes are only going to go so long. So the fact that the Democrats have tried to relegate men to the dustbin of history is backfiring on them spectacularly, because it turns out that men are not buying what Senator Kneepads is selling. And it has nothing to do with voting for a woman or not voting for a woman. It has to do with men are natural protectors. They want to be breadwinners, and they're just not buying what this woman is selling. They're like, we don't want more of Joe Biden's policies. We don't want more of an administration telling us how much we suck, all right? We want to get back to strong males and a strong America. And these beta males ain't cutting the mustard. And so the Democrats have put out recently a not parody ad that I'm sure you've seen, that basically is a bunch of beta males for Kamala. And I'm going to pause the video here to play that ad, because if you haven't seen it, you really should. I'm going to only play a few seconds of it because it's a little long. But basically it talks about, I'm a man and I'm voting. I'm not afraid to vote for a woman. Listen, here's the deal. Nobody's afraid to vote for a woman if the woman is competent. I would submit to you, if a Carrie Lake, if she can win this Senate campaign that she's in, if there's not rampant cheating, and that's a big if. Someone like a Carrie Lake, like, I think most men would be like, hell yeah, I'm voting for her. Because at the end of the day, conservative men, same with conservative women, we don't look at genitalia or immutable characteristics over which we have no control. We look at people who are competent. We look at people who can do the job. We look at people who are who get their jobs based on merit, not on genitalia. So I'm going to pause it real quick. Plays that for a couple seconds, and then I'm going to tell you what Barry Soetoro said, because it's good.
I'm a man. I'm a man, and I'm man enough.
I'm man enough to enjoy a barrel-proof bourbon.
Meat. Man enough to cook my steak rare. Man enough to deadlift 500 and braid the out of my daughter's hair.
You think I'm afraid to rebuild a carburetor? I eat carburetors for breakfast.
I ain't afraid of bears. That's what bear hugs are for.
I'll tell you another thing I sure as shit am not afraid of. Women.
I'm not afraid of women.
I'm not afraid of women. They want to control their bodies? I say go for it.
They want to use IVF to start a family? I'm not afraid of families.
They want to be childless cat ladies? Have all the cats you want.
Woman wants to be president?
Well, I hope she has the guts to look me right in the eye and accept my full-throated endorsement.
Because I'm man enough to support women.
Man enough to know what kind of donuts I like. Man enough to admit I'm lost, even when I refuse to ask for directions.
Man enough to not ban young women from reading Little Women.
Or one of those pants books that the sisters like.
All right, that's enough.
Is that we have not yet seen the same kinds of energy and turnout in all quarters of our neighborhoods and communities as we saw when I was running. Now, I also want to say that seems to be more pronounced with the brothers.
So yeah, it's funny that the dudes for Kamala are the same, like, Hollywood losers that are behind this dumb website, Funny or Die, which is like Will Ferrell's website. Will Ferrell, side note, I think is one of the most deeply unfunny humans on planet Earth. I think he's just, to me, he's just not funny. It's shtick, it's slapstick, it's like, it's not my cup of tea. But anyway, the Funny or Die people put this out. The Jimmy Kimmels of the world put this out. And they, again, the smarminess, the pandering to basically men to say, the reason this doesn't work, and the reason it's not funny, and the reason it's not going to move the needle, except in leftist circles, is because at the end of the day, the left hates men. The left hates white men in particular. And the left hates men who marry their partners and have babies in wedlock, because those men cannot be controlled by the left. Now, weirdly enough, Barry Soetoro, aka Barack Obama, the first black president, he went out, and they're having to bring out Barry Soetoro and the rampant women abuser, a credible rape accused, Bill Clinton. They're having to trot them out now to try and gin up male support for Kamala Harris. Barry Soetoro goes out there last week and starts chiding black men for not voting for Kamala Harris. He's basically like, we got a problem with the brothers, and the brothers are not down for Kamala Harris. Because again, I think black men see that she's just a hoe. This woman is a hoe, okay? And again, they're not buying what they're selling. Black men, especially, I think are getting red-pilled more than any other Democrat group. And once you take that red pill, you can't go back. And black men are like, no, we want Trump back. It was good under Donald Trump. And we want the things that Trump is promising. We want the border secure. We want a strong economy. Like, it's really not that hard. So Obama out there shilling for Kamala. Clinton out there shilling for Kamala. Again, the man who's been credibly accused of rape, coupled with her husband, Doug Emhoff, who's been credibly accused of inducing an abortion of a nanny and beating an ex-girlfriend. Like, these are the dudes that they're trotting out for Kamala Harris. And so this is how deeply cynical they are. The Funny or Die people, the Hollywood people, Barry Soetoro, the Bill Clinton, they know they're in big, big trouble. If Kamala Harris was polling well, they wouldn't have to trot these people out. They wouldn't have to be chiding men for not voting for Kamala Harris. So at the end of the day, if we can pull this off, if we can overcome their cheating, if we can make this too big to rig, I think we all have to thank the patriarchy, because the patriarchy might end up saving us all from a Senator Kneepads presidency. So thank you, patriarchy. And please, guys, whatever you do, vote for Donald Trump, because he's the only one that can save America. All right, that's where I'm going to leave this video. Let me know what you think down below, and I will see you in the next one. Thy will be done. Bye.